When I ran for governor the last time, a friend of mine came to me and she said, I'm worried if Trump wins again, the left is going to burn it down. And she said, I'm worried that if Biden wins, the right is going to shoot it up. She said, can't you do something about it? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm just running for governor of Utah. So I called my opponent, Democrat Chris Peterson, great guy, call him up and I said, hey, I have this crazy idea. What if we filmed an ad together?
My name's Spencer Cox. And I'm Chris Peterson.
And while we disagree on lots of things, we both agree that we love our state and we love our country and really simple stuff that we all used to believe in. And Stanford ran an experiment with that ad and found out that it had a depolarizing effect.
And we approve this message.
You can't claim to love the country if you hate half of the people in it. I remember on the morning of my inauguration, people of all backgrounds all marched up to the State House. A State House which, by the way, was built by the hands of enslaved people. And it was in front of that State House that I was then inaugurated as the 63rd governor of the state and the first black governor in the history of the state of Maryland. But we did it for a reason. It wasn't indoctrination. It was history. That's a time when we remember the trials and tribulations that our society has gone through. And frankly, it helps us to understand that these moments that we find ourselves in, no matter how complicated they are, we've seen complicated before.
I'm very impressed with Ruth because of what I've seen of her in the boardroom, and I haven't the faintest idea what her politics are. I've never tried to look it up. She's never told me. I don't care.
I teach at a law school and racial into law school where disagreement is real. When I speak to my students, I tell them that their ability to honor the dignity of every person that they encounter requires them to develop the art of listening.
And the simple premise, I'll just bring it back to the Special Olympics experience because it's so powerful for me. The simple premise of the Special Olympics movement is that you don't have to be the fastest. You don't have to be the strongest, the smartest, right? You get to that starting line and you run your race with every ounce of energy God gave you, and you deserve the dignity that you were born with.
On the 10th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina, I flew down to Louisiana on Air Force One. President Obama said, are you coming with me? I said, yes, sir. I'm going to start the morning off with you in the 9th Ward in downtown, and then I'm going to welcome President and Mrs. Bush to my hometown. And they came. Nobody booed. We played the music. The president did his best dance.
Just to name three figures, one of them Joshua mentioned, which is Martin Luther King Jr. Stephen Carter, who was a professor at Yale, said the great gift of King was that he inspired his followers to display civility and love while they were in dissent.
This is going to be a deeply uncivil year, and that does not require people to be quiet. But when you see something that you know is ripping apart the fabric of this country, we have to say something about that. You have to say something about that.
And if you'll permit me, I will leave us tonight with the words of Jesus. Love your enemies. Do good to those who hate you. Bless those who curse you. Pray for those who abuse you. Do good and lend, expecting nothing in return. Be merciful just as your Father is merciful. Do not judge, and you will not be judged. Do not condemn, and you will not be condemned. Forgive, and you will be forgiven. Give, and it will be given to you. For the measure you give will be the measure that you receive. Thank you, everyone, and good night.